They didn't even use the TV at night. That's what made it weirder. It wasn't connected to cable, no random autoplay, no timers. Nothing that could explain why at 3:12 a.m. the screen suddenly came alive with a soft electric hum, bright enough to light up the entire living room. The noise woke her first. Not fully, just that half-dreaming state where the world feels rearranged. She blinked toward the hallway. A cold white glow leaked beneath the bedroom door like someone was standing outside with a flashlight. She tapped his arm. "Do you hear that?" He groaned. "Babe, it's probably the fridge." But she shook her head. The fridge doesn't glow. That got him upright. They walked out together, slowly, the way couples do when both are pretending not to be scared, yet refusing to split up. The living room was pale and washed out, the kind of lighting only a TV makes when it turns on by itself. "What did you leave it on last?" she whispered. "I didn't," he whispered back. They stepped closer. The TV wasn't on a menu, not an app, not a glitchy blue screen. It was a camera feed. Their bedroom. Live. Her side of the bed, his pillow, the unmade sheets exactly as they'd left them minutes earlier. She felt her stomach drop. "Why is the angle so high?" she said, voice shaking. Because the footage wasn't from their phones, not from their laptops, not from anything they owned. It was a view no device should have. A view from above, like from a ceiling corner that didn't have any camera installed. He stepped closer, squinting. Wait, that's not the ceiling. The TV feed flickered just once, and the angle corrected itself. Lower. Closer. Now pointed directly at the bedroom doorway. Directly at where they were standing. And then, the TV feed showed something that froze both of them in place. On the TV screen, a shadow moved behind them. Slow, silent, not matching either of their movements. Her breath caught. He turned around on instinct. Nothing. Empty hallway, still, silent. But the TV showed the shadow again, clearer this time, stepping into frame. Not theirs, not human-sized exactly, a little too tall, a little too still, a shape the house should never have produced. She whispered, barely audible, "That's not us." And that was when the TV speaker crackled alive with a glitching sound, not a voice, but the attempt at one. "Roo, open." He grabbed her wrist without thinking. "Don't move." But the shadow on the TV was already moving faster, crossing the floor on the feed, coming toward the bedroom door, toward them. And then the TV suddenly went black. Silence. Total blackout. She didn't breathe for a moment. Then, from the dark bedroom behind them, a second TV, the one they never use, clicked on by itself. Only one word appeared on its screen. Continue. The word continue glowed across the bedroom TV like a command. Not a suggestion, not a glitch, a prompt. He froze in the hallway. She didn't even want to look at the bedroom door, but the light pouring out of it made the whole apartment look unfamiliar, like someone had quietly replaced all their shadows with versions that didn't belong to them. She whispered, "What does it want us to continue?" He shook his head. "I don't know. Don't go in there." But the TV in the bedroom responded first. A low, glitching beep, then another. Not random. A rhythm. 3 short beeps, pause. 3 short beeps. Her heart stopped. "That's the same pattern your doorbell uses," she said. He swallowed hard. "Our doorbell isn't even connected to that TV." Another beep sequence, louder this time. He stepped past the doorframe very slowly, trying not to show how much he was shaking. She followed him not because she wanted to, but because being alone in the hall felt even worse. The bedroom TV wasn't showing a camera feed anymore. Instead, it was displaying a split screen. Left side, their faces, captured from some angle they had never seen, like someone had been filming them from the kitchen doorway hours earlier. Right side, a simple blinking icon. Pairing. She whispered, "Pairing with what?" The TV answered, "Second device detected." He turned around so fast, the comforter slipped off the bed edge. "What second device? We don't have one." The bedroom lights flickered, once, twice, then died completely. The only glow came from the TV screen and the tiny red standby LED on the old TV in the corner. Through the darkness, a soft electronic hum started building. Not from the TV, from the wall, the plug socket, the one behind the nightstand. Something was vibrating inside it, like tiny mechanical clicks too fast for a human hand. She stepped back. That's not the wiring, that's something else. He reached for his phone flashlight, but the moment he unlocked it, his screen filled with a message he didn't type. Pairing request accepted. Her phone buzzed simultaneously. Same message. The bedroom TV updated instantly. Room synchronized. Before either of them could react, the feed on the TV changed. Back to the bedroom again, same angle as before, but not showing the bed, not showing the doorway. It was showing the ceiling corner, the place where no camera existed. And now they could see something in that corner. A faint, pulsing red dot. Not bright, just present. She stared at it in disbelief. "We don't have a camera there." He didn't speak, because the red dot started blinking in the exact same pattern as before. Beep, beep, beep. Pause. Beep, beep, beep. Only now the beeping wasn't happening in the TV. It was happening in the room. He whispered, "It's behind the wall." She shook her head slowly. "No, it's inside the wall." Then the TV showed something else, something far worse. A timestamp, not from right now, from 3:12 a.m. yesterday. The recording showed their bedroom in darkness. They were asleep, and in the corner of the room, where the pulsing dot now blinked, a hidden lens slowly rotated toward the bed. She covered her mouth. "Oh my God, it was watching us." He backed away from the screen, but the recording wasn't done. Something else happened in the timestamp, something neither of them expected. A silhouette stepped into their room. Slow, quiet, tall, unrecognizable, and the camera followed it like it knew the figure, like it was familiar. As the figure leaned closer to the bed, the current TV feed froze. Just froze. And a new message appeared. Recognized. Do you want to view his face? Her breath stopped. His hands clenched. Neither of them touched the remote, but the TV answered itself. Yes, selected. The screen brightened. The silhouette turned toward the camera and began to load, pixel by pixel, detail by detail. Like the room was trying to reveal a truth neither of them were prepared to see. The face loaded slowly, not like a video, more like a file being reconstructed piece by piece. Jawline first, then the outline of cheekbones, then a mouth, still blurred, still wrong. She grabbed his arm. "Why is it loading like that? That's not normal video." He didn't answer. Because as the pixels sharpened, the figure's mouth formed a shape he recognized before the face was even complete, his own. He whispered, almost choking, "That's me." But the eyes weren't right. Not human wrong, not monster wrong, machine wrong. The pupils were too sharp, too symmetrical, too perfectly centered like target markers. The screen completed the image with a soft confirming chime. Match found. Her nails dug into her palm. "Why would your face be in our room at night?" He shook his head, backing away slowly. "That's not me. I didn't get up. I swear to God, I didn't." The TV interrupted with a soft mechanical voice. Not the primary instance. Both froze. Not a glitch, not an app, an answer.
She stepped closer to the screen, despite every instinct screaming not to. What does primary instance mean? The response was immediate, like something was finally allowed to speak after waiting too long. This room contains multiple versions of the subject. Her stomach flipped. Versions? Versions of him? He whispered, terrified. Is it saying there's copies? The screen dimmed, then displayed. Second instance status ready. Second instance? She whispered. What second instance? He grabbed her shoulders. We need to leave, now. But something else moved before they could. A soft, static hiss filled the room. Not from the TV, from the old TV in the corner. The one they never plugged in. The dusty one. The one that should be dead. Its screen flickered to life, glowing with a faint gray static. Then a silhouette appeared on it. Tall, male, facing them. Not moving, just standing there as if waiting to be acknowledged. She whispered, Is that the second instance? The bedroom TV immediately confirmed, yes. His breath trembled. This doesn't make sense. That TV has no camera, no Wi-Fi, no... The old TV cut him off. The shadow leaned forward on the screen, slow, deliberate, like it was smelling the room. Then its face began to load too. Same style, same pixel-by-pixel build, but the shape forming wasn't his face. It was almost his, but older, tired, different hair length, different jaw shape, a version of him that didn't exist yet, a version that looked like him from maybe 5 years in the future. Her voice broke. That's not you. That's you, but not you. The old TV flashed a new line of text, bold white, model, projected instance. Projected, predicted, a version of him that the system believed would eventually exist. She shook her head violently. No, this is wrong. This is impossible. Both screens synced at once. Bedroom TV, primary instance, in room. Old TV, projected instance, ready. Both TVs together, merge sequence initiating. He grabbed her hand. Run right now. But halfway out of the bedroom, the lights in the apartment flickered violently, and something else stepped out from the bathroom doorway. Not the shadow from the TV, not the projected version. Something else, someone else, a third silhouette. And this one breathed, human, present, real. She froze, her voice cracking. Please tell me that's you. But he was behind her, holding her wrist, which meant the figure stepping out of the bathroom was neither of them. And as it moved into the hallway light, its face came into view. It was him again, but not the him from bed, not the projected future. This one looked exactly like the him standing beside him, perfectly, down to the breathing, down to the frightened eyes, down to the trembling lip. It looked at both of them. Then it spoke in his exact voice. I'm the one who woke up first. For a moment, none of them breathed. Not her, not him, not the thing standing in the hallway wearing his exact face like a perfect mask. Same hair, same height, same scar on the eyebrow from childhood. Identical. Down to the way his hands shook. The real him whispered, Don't come closer. The copy tilted his head, not aggressive, just confused, almost hurt. It said softly, I'm not imitating, I'm compensating. Then the lights in the apartment dimmed again, and both TVs flickered in perfect sync. Bedroom TV, primary instance, unstable. Old TV, projected instance, awaiting merge. Copy, active. The real him took a step back. Unstable? What does that mean? The copy answered before the TV could. It means you're inconsistent. You change your mind. You forget routines. You fall asleep in the wrong place. Its eyes flicked to her. She sees it too. She felt her throat tighten. I see you're not human, she shot back. The copy chuckled. Not loud, just unexpectedly casual. I'm as human as he is. The only difference is, the house improved me. The real him shook his head violently. No, 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 no. You're some glitch. You're... The old TV interrupted with a sharp beep. Merge priority, active. Bedroom TV, primary instance must align or be replaced. His face went pale. Replaced? The copy stepped closer, slow and calm. I'm not here to hurt you, it said gently. I'm here because you didn't wake up on time yesterday. She stiffened. What? The copy nodded. Yes, the system called you 3 times. You never answered. She whispered. But he woke up last night. He checked the doorbell camera. The copy gave her a sympathetic, almost tender look. No, it said softly. That was me. Silence. She felt every hair on her arms rise. The copy stepped into the living room light completely now, and seeing it in full made everything worse. It wasn't robotic. It wasn't artificial. It was him, breathing, sweating, blinking, alive. The only thing off was the stillness, the kind of precise, too efficient calm no human ever had. The real him whispered, If you're me, then what am I? Both TVs answered in unison. Primary instance, obsolete. She grabbed him and pulled him toward the front door. Instantly. Move! But as they reached for the lock, a hand grabbed the door from the other side, not pushing it open, just holding it, waiting. The copy behind them smiled without showing teeth. Oh, it said quietly, he's here. The real him's voice cracked. Who? The copy gave the smallest, saddest nod toward the door. The first one. She whispered, trembling. The one from the camera feed? The copy corrected her. No, the one before all of us. The door unlocked itself, slowly, deliberately. The handle turned. Something stepped inside. And for the first time, the copy looked genuinely afraid. The door opened just a crack. Not wide, not dramatic. Just enough for the hallway light to bleed into the apartment like a color that didn't belong there. She instinctively stepped behind him. Even the copy stepped back. A tiny, involuntary shift that said more than any words. Whatever was coming in, even it didn't want to face it. The real him whispered, If you're scared, then what the hell is at that door? The copy didn't answer right away. It stared at the gap in the doorway with a rigid, unnatural stillness, as if calculating escape routes. Finally, it whispered, He's the instance the system created before me, before the merged system was stable, before the house understood the rules. She swallowed hard. And what rules are those? The copy exhaled shakily, that there should only be one of him. The door pushed open another inch, just enough for a shape to slip inside. A silhouette. Tall. Not perfectly shaped like the copy, not perfectly shaped like the real him. No, this one looked unfinished, like a version halfway through being rendered. Patches of skin too smooth, others too textured, jawline slightly warped, eyes too deep, like the sockets were drawn too far back. It looked at the real him first, and when it inhaled, the sound wasn't human. It sounded like air dragging through a machine that wasn't built to breathe. The copy whispered urgently, Don't look at its face. Too late. The real him did, and the thing reacted instantly, head snapping in his direction with a sharp, glitching twitch. It stepped forward, slow, dragging one foot like it remembered the motion, but not the rhythm. She grabbed her boyfriend's arm. We have to run. The copy shook its head hard. No, if you run, it chases. If you speak, it mimics. If you look at it too long, it finishes. Finishes what? She whispered. The copy's voice dropped. Rendering. The unfinished one crept closer. The real him backed up so fast he hit the kitchen counter. The copy moved between them and the creature, finally showing something like fear. Or duty. You shouldn't be here, the copy said to it. You were deprecated. The unfinished one twitched. And then, in a distorted, broken parody of the boyfriend's voice, it croaked, You slept too long. Her blood ran cold. The copy stepped forward protectively. No, I replaced him. You weren't needed. The unfinished one hissed, a horrible, glitching sound that vibrated the air, and then lunged so fast the lights flickered. But the copy knocked it back into the wall, hard enough to crack plaster. The old TV flashed. Second instance, protective protocol engaged. The bedroom TV added. Unfinished instance, conflict detected. The unfinished one staggered, straightened, and smiled. A broken, jagged smile that stretched too wide for the face it hadn't finished forming. Then it said, in the boyfriend's exact whisper, "He doesn't deserve her." The real him froze. The copy looked at him slowly. "She's why the system kept making you," it said quietly. The unfinished one twitched again, furious now. "Chose me." It pointed at the girlfriend. At her. The copy snapped. "No, she chooses him. That's the rule." But the unfinished one didn't care about rules. It lunged again, faster, angrier, more desperate. And this time, it didn't jump at the copy, it jumped at her. She screamed. The real him grabbed her, pulling her back, but the unfinished one was already reaching, fingers glitching in and out of shape, face collapsing and reforming, voice crackling into a scream that sounded like all of his voices at once. "She completes the pattern." Right as its hands almost reached her, the entire apartment power cut out. Everything went pitch black. TVs dead, lights dead, sound gone. Except for one thing. A breath. Not hers, not his, not the copy's. And it was right behind her ear. Total darkness. Not the normal kind, the kind where your eyes adjust. This was the kind of dark that felt intentional, engineered. Like the apartment didn't just lose power, it removed vision on purpose. She couldn't see him, she couldn't see the copy, she couldn't see the unfinished thing. Just breathing, right behind her ear. Slow, wet, uneven. She didn't dare turn her head. The real him whispered somewhere in the darkness, "Don't move. I'm right here. Don't move." But the breath behind her continued. Closer. The unfinished one whispered, glitching, "She completes the pattern." Suddenly, a hand grabbed her wrist. Warm. Human. She gasped. "Him?" she whispered. The hand squeezed. Hard. Too hard. Wrong. Then, from somewhere to her left, farther away, she heard the real him shout, "Don't move! That's not me!" Her heart almost exploded. The hand tightened painfully, trying to pull her into the dark. She screamed, and the lights snapped back on. All at once, a burst of white, so bright she couldn't see for a moment. When her vision returned, the scene in front of her didn't make sense. The copy was holding the unfinished instance by the throat, pinned against the wall. The unfinished instance was glitching violently, skin tearing and merging, face half-loaded, eyes flickering between versions of the boyfriend. She stumbled back into the real him's arms. He held her tight. "I've got you. I've got you." The copy turned its head towards them, eyes calm, expression strangely sad. It wasn't supposed to target her. The unfinished one snarled in a distorted voice, "She is the anchor instance." The copy slammed it harder against the wall. No, the anchor is him, not her. You misunderstood the model. The unfinished one hissed, jittering violently, and then its face shifted again. Not him, into her. A twisted, uncanny, half-loaded version of her face. She gasped. The thing smiled, her smile, but wrong. Then it croaked in her voice. You complete me. The copy didn't hesitate. It drove its fist straight into the unfinished one's chest, and the lights flickered. The apartment shook. Both TVs rebooted at the same time. Bedroom TV, unfinished instance removed. Old TV, conflict resolved. The unfinished one collapsed to the floor, its body flickering like a bad projection, then dissolving into static that faded like smoke. Gone. Just gone. The copy turned to them, not smiling, not triumphant, just tired. The real him kept her behind him. "What now?" he asked quietly. The copy looked at him for a long moment. "You're stable now. She chose you. That's all the system needed to confirm." She blinked. "Confirm what?" The copy lowered his head. "That you're the original." Her heart dropped. "Original?" she repeated. The copy nodded. There were multiple instances created, one that woke up last night, one that the system predicted, and one that failed. It looked him in the eyes. "But you were the one she ran to. That's the anchor the system uses. Not biometrics, not behavior. Emotion." A long silence. He whispered, "So what happens to you?" The copy almost felt relieved. "I get archived." Archived? That sounds like shut down, the copy said gently. "And that's okay. You don't need me anymore." Before either of them could react, the old TV screen lit up again. "Archive in progress. Do not interrupt." The copy stepped back. His body began to flicker softly, edges dissolving into faint static. She stepped forward abruptly. "Wait! You protected us. You saved us. Doesn't that matter?" The copy actually smiled. A small, sad human smile. It mattered enough to finish the pattern. His form grew lighter, like it was turning into dust made of pixels. The copy looked at the real him one last time. "Take care of her. That's the only part of you the system could never replicate." And then, in a soft, scattered burst of light, the copy was gone. The TVs powered off, the lights returned to normal. Everything went still. Just them, just the two originals, breathing hard, shaking, alive. She finally whispered, "Is it over?" He wrapped his arms around her tightly. "I hope so." But neither of them noticed. Behind them, on the bedroom TV, in the reflection of the black screen, a faint pixel flickered. Just once, as if something was still loading.